Hello everyone and welcome to episode 37 of Minifigure of the Week, and in this week's episode we are going to be talking about Captain Vaughn, who was a kind of controversial minifigure just because it was a named character in a battle pack, but I personally think it fits. It's not a very well-known character and it does not differ from the other characters in the battle pack that much, but we will obviously get more into that here in a moment, so let's go ahead and begin our episode. As always, before we begin, please make sure you do like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video to help us reach our goal of 100 subscribers by the end of the year. The year is almost to a close and we are at 67, I believe, last I checked, so we are definitely closer than we were a couple weeks ago. And then, as always, all information gathered in this video is from Brick Economy. This is a great website to check out if you want to know the value of your set or minifig now, or how much it could be worth in the future. So taking a look at the minifigure here, there's not too much differential detail from a standard 332nd Trooper, other than this little ranking piece here on the chest, the backpack over here, and then he obviously does have a visor, although underneath is just the standard 332nd Clone Trooper helmet. So overall, it is a nice minifigure. There's just not too many details, but there is enough to give you the distinguishing features to differentiate Vaughn and a standard 332nd Trooper. So the name of our minifigure is Captain Vaughn. This minifigure was in one set that released back in 2023, and it is retired. And then value-wise for this minifigure, the current value is $24.99, and that does make sense since this minifigure was just in the one set, and it is it was just the one. It's not like there were multiple in this set. The annual growth is 29.98%, and the future growth is 8.99%. So like I said, the one set that this minifigure was in was a battle pack, specifically this 332nd Troopers battle pack. And I did like this one. It was a cool looking build and all. I do think it was a little on the pricier side as far as battle packs go. I wish there were a little more builds as far as it went. But now a lot of people are saying this battle pack seems a little weird, especially since we have the leaked 332nd versus Mandalorian battle pack for 2026, and if that is true, it should be getting revealed in the next couple weeks or so, most likely the first week of December. So we are kind of getting an add-on to this battle pack, which is kind of nice, except I do feel like we're getting a lot of these 332nd clone troopers, and I feel like they're not really as well loved by the fan base as stuff like the 501st or 212th, so I feel like it's not really necessary to keep making these. And as far as the details for this battle pack go, it is the 332nd Ahsoka's Clone Trooper battle pack. It had 108 pieces released back in 2023. It is retired, and it had 4 minifigures, Captain Vaughn, and then 3 of the 332nd Clone Troopers, 2 of which did have the jetpacks, and then 1 was just the standard Clone Trooper. So accuracy-wise for this minifigure here, I feel like LEGO did a pretty good job, except I do think that the shade of orange on the in-universe character and the minifigure does not match. I feel like LEGO could have done a little bit of a darker shade of orange here, and then I think if they put more detail into the visor, it would definitely look cooler. And then I also think some arm printing on this minifigure would have definitely helped. It would have given it a more Clone Wars feel. But as far as LEGO minifigures go, I do think it was pretty nice, especially since it was just in a standard battle pack. And then rating-wise for this minifigure, I do think it deserves a 10 out of 10. I mean, there's not that much wrong with it. You can't really say the helmet holes are bad on this minifigure because it does need the helmet holes in the position that they're at in order for the visor to work. And it was in a battle pack, so you do have to give it that when it comes down to things like arm printing and detail in the visor. And I do think that if LEGO did come out with this minifigure again, or Commander Cody, or any clone troopers that require this visor, they do need to make it more detailed, a lot more detailed, and I do think that is we are heading in that direction, especially with the new rangefinder piece. So as far as this one goes, I do think it deserves the 10 out of 10 because there is not really anything super bad about this minifigure. Well, folks, that is it for episode 37 of Minifigure of the Week. I hope you enjoyed learning about Captain Vaughn. I personally do like this minifigure. I know there was a lot of negative talk about it, and there still kind of is, especially with the helmet holes and stuff. and there being a named character in a battle pack. However, I personally like this one. I think this battle pack fits well, especially with the new rumored one that is supposed to be coming out in January of next year. And speaking of January 2026 sets, we should be getting official reveals in the next week or so. There are already some leaked images online that I'm sure you can easily find, but there will be a full in-depth video on all of the sets once they do get officially revealed by LEGO. But like I said, that is it for this week's episode. I hope you enjoyed. Please make sure you like and subscribe if you did to help us reach our goal, and then make sure you tune in for the next one.